First is, there's 3 screws. Okay, one is over here where the speaker is. Let's see it under here. And then there's another right under here. Over here. At any rate, there's only 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. There's a bolt. I think everybody has seen this in their car. Let's take that out right there. See that bolt right up underneath there? And then back here, you just wedge this. You take this inside thing out right here, just put a screwdriver right up in there and kind of pry it off. It'll pop right out of there. And there's a little bolt underneath. You take that out. Let me do that. Okay, the bolt that comes out of there, it's a 7mm bolt that goes in there. Of course, that is the Torx head. Then you have the 3 that you took off. Now everything is clips. But you're gonna want, there's 6 clips here, and on the weather stripping here, there's 6 clips to pull straight away from it. Be careful with the weather stripping. If you can find a way, hold the weather stripping, pressure force away from this, because the weather stripping will come off. It'll go back on, but it becomes a pain in the ass. And we got to take this off. This just clips. You just wedge something in there. You know what? I'll just do it while we're talking here. And you have that. Basically, just comes out. You can do it with one hand. Ba-dow. Kick-ass sound system. Everything else is clips. So you just start prying around, and that's what I'll do. There. You can see the round clip. Alright, I got all the clips pulled out. You can see on the top, of course, the lock goes in that little hole, of course. These clips along the top here went straight into here, hard. But then when you do that, poof, everything comes off. And you're going to have wiring harness. And once you unplug the last of the wiring harnesses, actually the last to unplug was the doorknob or door handle opener, and it's self-explanatory. Anyway, there's the door. I'm going to set mine backwards like this, and as we progress, we're going to take this off. Now you can start, cut right deeply through one shot, and you're good. But you don't want to go too deep. So you got to grind all of these, including the ones that are up here on the ABL strip, and there's your ABL bar. Plugs in here with the wiring harness that went around there up to the front. That is going bye-bye. Wasn't a must for me. Once you take these off, this is what's holding this ABL bar. All these are little clips. Now this, if you'll notice, on the top of the door, this part right here, once you get to this point, that's one of those plastic things. You would have to grind those off and put screws if you took them all the way off. I don't like the idea. I didn't do it on the other side. You can bend this enough to get up in here, and you've only got 1, 2 bolts. There's no other place that this goes, as far as up in here except over there. So you'll take this bolt off, this one, and then bend it to get to the panel bolts. Or you can grind those off and then put screws in them. I prefer not to. They're kind of recessed down in there. Now here, let me show you what I had a problem with on the one last night. Experience teaches you this. If you'll look at these, if I can get to it real closely, when you grind these, it leaves a kind of a nub. When you try to recess those holes of the new panel through there, and you don't grind these off, they don't want to go through. They're not going to want to go through. And you can also see why you don't want to grind too shallow when you're grinding them off, because especially on some of these ones up here, you can see there is not much to screw before you hit the other side. And the other side is the facial. Oh, here's a real good example right there. Look at all that shit. It's got to come off. Now this is important. Do yourself a favor. Go get you a bunch of little screws. 10s, preferably as short as you can get. Large washers. Also get yourself some washers, because these screws are short. Believe it or not, that is still long enough. Go right through to the other side. Poke through to the other side where you can see it and feel it. Put the washers on as thick as you need until the screw won't go all the way through the door panel. You can see it's, well, you can't see. I'll make you see. When you come through to the other side, I mean, you're right here. It's that close. So, I mean, there are recesses. You know, there are little nubs, but it is not far at all. All the screws, nice and neat. Okay, this strip, I'm going to do something. I'll show you. You can see it'll come up. You can lift it right straight up. You don't want to do that. When you pull that door off, you're going to pull straight out from the window on the top. Everything, the whole thing is going to come straight out. It never goes up to the side or anywhere for nothing. The screws come straight out. All the clips straight out. Ooh, yeah. I learned a long time ago, a project is never finished unless duct tape was applied somewhere. So there you have it. And then the clips will go in where they go. Once you line this door up, it'll go right on. And there is an alignment here to this right here. Whoops, shit. This right here aligns to that hole. And then there's also an alignment here in to that hole. Show you how easy this is to put back on. Literally put it through a little hole, and I can do this with one hand. Then you just pull it back, push this back through. Piece of cake. That's the door handle. Everything else, wiring harnesses, thick. They just wire up. You can't even see that, can you? Everything snaps back into place. Snap that back in. This needs to make sure that this is coming up here when you snap this back in place. If you forget, you're going to have to try to snap them clips back off. Then you snap this together. Well, you got to make sure that you got your little lock thing in that hole. Piece of cake. Okay. I pushed it on, went straight on. Put the 3 screws in. One down here, one down here, one on the side over there. You can't miss them. Nice and tight here. That's awesome. And then it's really simple. You just put these things back in. I can do this with one hand. It goes in, and you can. That's it. You can hear it pop. And of course, this one's tricky. What you got to do is set it like this and let go of it. You know, you could get it turned around backwards, then you're screwed. But here you go. Here you have the harness for your woofers, big major Mondo gigantic speakers, and you just put the, you know, you can see, hook it back in, the wire goes like that. Ow! Pops on. And